Hi, what I'd like to go through is the trio or triangle offensive structure here very quickly. It is a no-huddle, Penn State University H-back type offense. You'll notice the yellow boxes throughout all of the PowerPoints. These are coaching points, teaching points with specific details. I'm going to do a quick overview here on the video with each of the sections, but then there's PowerPoints that will have the details for you to look through. So first off, why, what, and how. One of the things we wanted to do was learn from Penn State here during the 2016-2017 season, where they had great success with James Franklin as the head coach and then the offensive coordinator, Joe Moorhead. So it's the Joe Moorhead version. It's simple and sound. It adapts easily to high school level. Our varsity here at State High uses this, and then we use this specifically, what we're introducing here at the 9th grade level. It keeps some old core concepts that we've had a lot of success with, being power and sweep and blast, but we've added the split zone and split zone veer. What we're doing specifically is what you'll see here with the alignments. These are Penn State sets, alignments in their terminology. We've added a new split veer concept that combines split zone that Penn State uses with some old veer concepts. And then there's a blitz beater type of focus. The reason for this is we want to be sound and simple and blitz beater focused to create offensive explosive plays. Last is probably most important is how you do this. Everything we're doing is using a chunking concept where we're going to take the plays, the calls and cues and scaffold from basic foundations, and they all build off of each other. So the idea is we say we really only have two blocking schemes where we're running an inside run and an outside run, and that's the beauty of using RPOs in this no-huddle chunking system. Your linemen really get good at two things and have a chance for quality and great success. So first off is our duo right. You can see this is a 2x2 set. The H or the A and the Z always go toward the call, and the X and the H are away. We're going to line up on landmarks versus yard splits, so the X and the Z always line up on the numbers, and the A will line up on the hash. The H then with the duo set, when you have an O at the end, is going to line up off the line of scrimmage and over the offensive tackle. So he's 2 feet off, and his inside foot aligns on the outside foot of the tackle. The other thing we do here is before we start any formation, our B-back just automatically lines up in pistol and then shifts to the play that's called. We also have the ability to run plays out of the pistol. So where this is important, defenses that want to use the sidecar alignment for cross-key blitzing or other type of cues, alignment fronts, this doesn't give them as much time to do this, and you mess up the tendency by being able to run out of pistol also. The neat thing about the Penn State thing here then is that Joe did, Moorhead, was when we want to get into our 3x1, now we're just moving one person, and that's our H-back. Again, that's trio. And to go through the signals, we signal things the opposite, with our opposite hand, so it's as the players see it. So duo would be this would be duo right, this would be the OK sign is trio right. Now, anytime you have the O again, the H-back is going to line off and over the offensive tackle. But we're still on our same landmarks, and we're in our pistol. Another thing we do that's specific to Penn State is the quarterback is going to line at 6 yards from the center, a little deeper, and we'll show you why as we go through this series. It allows us to have a deep front mesh and have some depth already in the pocket. Then when we want to change just the H-back's alignment on the line of scrimmage, now we go to an ace set. This is our 2x2. Again, this is ace right. And all that tells now is that tight end is going, or the H is going to be tight to the line of scrimmage, putting his toes at the heels of the tackle as close as he can and still be in the backfield, and then take his 1 foot split outside the tackle. We like to use this when we're focusing on sweep so that we can get into those defensive ends. When we want to go to the trips with having the H up and tight, now we simply just move him, and it becomes, our trip signal is pinker, pointy, and thumb up. Okay, so this is trips right. Again, just moving one person, the H back here. If we do want to get into a tight end, traditional tight end, this would be Turay, which again now H is going to be lined up on the line of scrimmage, becomes a Y, and we only move the X over. Again, we're still on our landmarks with the A on the hash mark and the Z on the numbers, and they split this. This creates kind of a bunch formation. And the real simple then to signal this is going to be now these three fingers. Okay, that would be Turay. When we're going to get in some empty sets, we just use a combination of our 2x2 and 3x1s. So quads ends up being our 2x2, which would be our duo or ace set, and then the B goes towards the call with quads. This would be now the back of the hand with 4 fingers, and this would be quads right. If you say quattro, we simply put the sign down. Now with the O on the end, that tells the H to line up over and off the line of scrimmage. Fives ends up being now our 3x1 set with the back away. And again, this would be fives, H is up tight. Cinco, we got the O on the end, now he's off and over. This is something that Penn State used a lot last season with Tommy Stevens, the backup quarterback, going in as a running back. So this is a line. This ends up being a personnel substitution as well as a 2-back set. So now once you give the fist full right, we're going to be able to sub in a special player if you want an extra back, and we'll shift with the calls and get into a 2-back set. Really simple personnel grouping and another personnel alignment difference than you've normally done from your 1-back. We've also had a lot of groups that I've worked with, high schools, using a wing T as kind of their under center or traditional type set. A lot of the principles we use are wing T based, and this has been an easy way to do personnel again with wing T is a zebra, and that's simply just now we just go right and left. This would be right with the hand vertical. You can substitute now the receiver and get more of a tight end type position, same thing. You could put more of a traditional fullback at the H, and now we're going to go ahead and be under center also with this. So it's a real simple way to use personnel along with formation and get into an under center type traditional wing T. With our communication, we use nothing means something. So if we don't say anything, we're going to just go on the first go. We use the varsity's cadence, which is a visual and an verbal cue, similar to Ohio State, where we'll go ready, okay, meaning everybody's got to be set so you can see it from the perimeter and hear it, and then we're into down, ready, set, go. We'll use a variety of tempos I'll show you. We'll do a double cadence or a freeze. With the pistol, we can do a short cadence and actually go very quickly and run the plays out of pistol. And we can do a traditional second cadence also. So this is the stacking system that I was talking about of chunking. But again, we never really huddle. We do a bunch. We just loosely off the ball about 2 yards, get as close as you need to hear the play. And we still use our no huddle terminology. You can do a starburst, which would be bunch and burst out, like Auburn has done with Malzahn. It's a great short yardage or goal line when you know you're going to run the play regardless of the defense. The one we use the most, we got from Penn State, is a freeze or a double cadence, where we're going to actually get set, go through a dummy cadence, and freeze the defense so we see what it is. Then we'll reset and get the play so we can look at the defense and then see what we want to run. The nice thing about RPOs is you can go very fast because you essentially are always right since you're reading pre and post snap. So we can do a supersonic tempo there, go very quick, or do that short cadence out of the pistol. Another one we like to do, especially in 2 minute, is a go-go tempo, where we're simply going to repeat the last play formation and play. And then another one we got from Coach O'Brien when he was here with Penn State, who's now with the Houston Texans, is a NASCAR 911 where one word, one signal does it all. You can go super fast. We'll talk about the 911 specifically in 2 minute offense. So these are just examples of some of the signals, but again, this is your bunch, and this would be the starburst. If we did want to alert, meaning tell the quarterback there's a possible pressure that we're looking to pass, then this is an alert. And this is just reminding everybody to look and see the defense before we call the play. Go-go is just doing the traveling signal. We're going to repeat the last formation and play. And then NASCAR is a triangle, and that becomes one word. 911 is circular motions, meaning those are going to be a formation and play all in one, but meaning 911 emergency, that's our 2-minute offense. At the end of most of the PowerPoints, then there's quizzes that we've done actually with our players to make sure they're actually viewing these. You use these as video playbooks. Good test if you want to use them. All right, hopefully that gives you a good introduction to the no huddle, Penn State H-back structure and alignments, and some basic communication and methods of how we start the offense and run the offense. Thanks.